Hello, English 11. I'm sending you this video because the last time I tried creating a group in WebEx for us to meet live on this Monday, it worked, and then all of a sudden it crashed, and all of you got removed from my space. So I'm going to let the IT department try to figure that one out. So hopefully this is just a kind of a temporary solution here where on Mondays we're supposed to be meeting live on WebEx. Today, unfortunately, does not look like it's working for us. So we're going to do this kind of remotely instead. So today is your first method test prep lesson that deals with an English lesson. So now that you've gotten used to the program and how it works, let's dive into all the different topics that are on the English portion of a language assessment like the ACT or the ASVAB or the Accuplacer. So that way you can start to learn these concepts, slowly begin to master them. So that way when you take these language assessments, you are going to do fairly well. And not only that, as you continue to use language yourself, both in writing and in speaking, you will become more proficient users of language. So the week 4 lesson is on redundancy, and this is a topic that is fairly easy to understand. I like that method test prep starts the first English lesson with something relatively easy to understand. Redundancy is simply this. It's the idea of not repeating yourself. And a lot of times we get too wordy in our language where we use several different adjectives when one would be sufficient. So that's what the lesson is all about. So what you need to do today in method test prep is go into week 4 in the checklist and read over the English redundancy lesson. A lot of what's said in there is reiterated right up here. So read the lesson, read this. And then you're going to do an activity where they give you, it's called kayaking and bodies of water. It's an ACT passage with 15 different questions to it that's just designed to give you language assessment practice. So in this case, what I've done for you is identified the 15 different questions, each of them which topic the question is. So for today's lesson on redundancy, you will see only questions 1 and 4 are redundancy questions. So with those two questions, question 1 and 4, really take your time and to study those questions and those answers because they tie directly to today's lesson. The other questions, whether it's punctuations, commas, and conjunctions, singular versus plural subjects, those are topics we will eventually cover. But not necessarily today in this lesson, but it's just good practice for you to start seeing those subjects. So really take your time with questions 1 and 4 to make sure that you are good with the redundancy questions. The other ones, try your best on, but if you don't get them correct, you don't get them correct. You will eventually learn those topics as well. Whether it's questions 1 or 4 or the other questions, if you do get a question wrong, remember to scroll to the bottom of the answers after you find out you got it wrong to read why the answer is wrong and why the right answers are right, because that's going to help you begin to understand some of these other concepts that we haven't talked about yet. So for today, the concept is redundancy and wordiness. Read over the lesson in week 4 in method test prep. Read it over here on your sheet, and here's your checklist of topics to help you frame your mind before you answer every question. If you don't have this sheet, you can find it in Blackboard. You will find a tab that says Method Test Prep. Just go down to the week 4 and sheet, and you'll see your own copy. You can make a copy of it. You can download and put it in Notability, whatever you want to do to help you out with that. Please email me if you have any questions. I'm sorry we're not meeting right now in WebEx. I'm hopeful that we'll be meeting by next week, Monday, and look forward to seeing you all on Tuesday and Wednesday this week. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one. Bye.